morning, good night, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it may be. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Unfiltered podcast.
We're back.
I'm better than ever.
Always.
Aha.
I'm sure you guys have noticed we've done a little bit of rebranding. Now it says RE Unfiltered or Re-Unfiltered, however you want to call it. Just because it's kind of our podcast kind of thing, RE, René and Ethan, Unfiltered podcast. And we just thought the new logo would look good too. So,
Yeah, I hope you guys like it.
yeah. And then moving forward, it's a good day outside.
It's been gorgeous, bro. It's been so nice outside.
It's been really good.
Super blessed.
Summer's in full effect right now. I feel like everybody's just happy as here. I'm out here. I'm wearing a wife beater.
That's what I'm saying.
Never lacking.
It's so nice, bro. So nice.
Yeah.
So today I think we're gonna we're gonna jump into. I don't know if all of you guys know, but some may know. I threw a little party with my friend Xavier. And we're trying to do monthly themed events. And the whole concept of it is to kind of bring more activities and fun and just a whole new wave of things to do in Red Deer. So that's what Xavier and I have been doing recently. And it's also just to kind of start our journey as young entrepreneurs and kind of learning how to party plan and learning how to coordinate events and all the licensing that went behind it. We had to get all of our insurances, our liquor licenses. We had to make sure we had proper security. We had to make sure that we had good quality music. We did have a food truck, which unfortunately fell through.
Let's talk. Let's listen about all that. Let's talk about your successes, your failures.
Well, so
the last episode, we kind of went into general overview of that. Successes and failures.
Of course, yeah.
So let's take that and apply it to your current,
yeah, let's do it.
Your teachings, your learnings, what you learned.
So Xavier and I, we kind of came up with the idea probably February, and we were kind of thinking we could probably do well off of this. Why don't we bring something to the people and have some fun with it. So March, April-ish, we started making some phone calls, kind of deciding where we wanted to have it. The location was very important. We wanted to be somewhat far away from the city. I wanted to be somewhere where we could be loud enough that the cops wouldn't be called. The music could be loud where there wouldn't be any issue disturbing anyone, because we obviously wanted to be respect everyone around us. So we found our location. We got our DJ pretty early on. We got the food truck also pretty early on. Security guards, we got all that set up. I also had my friend Jairus, which was a huge help. And I had my friend Mars working on the photography. And by the way, all of these people got paid. We didn't get the perfect amount of people that we wanted. So we couldn't pay them the money that we wanted to pay them, but they still got paid for the day. They were both very happy. Everyone was very happy with how the event rolled out.
Yeah, huge shout out to all those guys too.
Yeah, honestly, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
A huge lesson from this is that you can't count your chickens before they hatch. And that applies to
saying.
everything in life, dude, because Xavier and I wanted 300 people there, and we had just under 100. So it's not a flop, but it was not what it was like. It just didn't live out what it was supposed to be. It did not see its full potential. And going forward, we're gonna. Sorry for the cat in the background. We're at the new crib right now, and there's a cat here. But yeah, it just didn't flourish the way it was supposed to. Xavier and I were really hoping to have it to be really big.
So at the end of the day, with that, were you disappointed?
I can't say I was disappointed, because Xavier and I had a vision, and we took months to plan this out. And our vision, our vision happened, right? It all rolled out the way it was supposed to, besides for the food truck and the count of people. But besides that, everything went according to plan. Everything was really, really, really good. It was amazing. It was a really nice day to see everything happen and just enjoy the moment and just watch your plan roll out. right?
Yeah.
And also just having those people, like, thank you everyone that came, having those people to like support and come have fun. Um, I know for a lot of people, like the cover charge was like a huge, like, why do we need to pay to come to a party? But to be perfectly honest with you guys, it's the quality of the party that we are trying to deliver. Um, like the costs to the party were like a lot of money, and you got to pay for quality. Like, that's the way it works in life, right? You can buy a pair of dollar store headphones, or you can buy a pair of Beats, and at the end of the day, you're gonna pay more money for the quality that you're receiving. So we are gonna be throwing the second party. We've been planning it out for the last 2 weeks now, and we're gonna be announcing the theme in the coming week. It's gonna be at the end of June, beginning of July. We still haven't really decided the date. But I'm really really excited for that. I think this one's gonna be a little bit bigger, maybe attract a little bit more people, and it's just gonna be really really exciting. We're also gonna host it a little bit later at night, so we can kind of get more people, like people after work, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really really excited for that. Overall, it was a success. There was a few bumps along the way, but you all can always expect that. That's why.
Yeah.
That's just life, bro. Like it is what it is. Like that's what brings us back to like the mentality, right? You need to just be able to overcome the hurdles, and just like
kind of push through. Because I did some event planning, and obviously like this was kind of your thing to do, and then I was just kind of watching from the sidelines, and I was like, it's really well put together, and a lot of people, what they don't realize is that a lot of people are just used to kind of just the regular high school things, and then just like random parties that just pop up everywhere, which I understand this isn't what it was supposed to be. So
yeah.
your thing was more of an organized kind of event, like we always kept saying. And so obviously I know this, but would you say it was a step in the right direction? Would you say you learned a lot from it?
In my opinion, this was the stepping stone for future organizations.
And I always said as well that looking back on this, like, and I see you going far with this.
Of course.
Hopefully I can help you out eventually with it.
Definitely. We're going to expand the team.
In the long run, towards the end, or not even towards the end, there's not going to be an end. But like, let's just say in a few years from now, even, you're going to look back on this event and it's going to be like the first one that you can think of. And you're going to be like, wow, I made it a long way. So in terms of also like progression.
Oh, it's a great place to start, right? Because there's so much that we can work on and learn from and do better. And like it was an amazing place to start. I'm really just thankful for the outcome, honestly.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, with these types of things, you never know what's gonna happen, right? Like anyone can or not anyone, but anything can go wrong, right? So I'm thankful no one got hurt. I'm thankful everyone had fun. And yeah, overall, it was just a wonderful day. I had a lot of fun. I'm really excited for the next one.
Yeah, most of the things too, like we always try to point out, that with those kinds of events and those kinds of plans, like anything that you're expecting to happen, you have to not set the bar super high, but you have to leave room for kind of disappointment, which I feel is
you do need to leave a little bit of buffer space because like I said, anything can go wrong.
Nothing ever goes as planned. This is something I learned last summer. So I was working with like an internship, and I was doing event planning, like I was saying. And the big event that we threw was for International Youth Day. And that didn't pan out 100% of the way that we wanted it to.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it still ended up being a massive success.
In my opinion, what's really, really important is always weighing your odds, and always, even if it's not going to be the worst case scenario, always go with like the lower end of the spectrum so that you're not disappointed, right? Because you can have like, this for example, the people count. We wanted 300 people, and I said we need this many people to break even as far as costs go. So we were expecting, and we were going to be happy with this many people, right? The low end of things. So when I say that, I just mean always know what your odds are and be okay with the bare minimum, and anything over that, be extremely happy and grateful, because we did have a little bit over bare minimum, and it was good, right? It was fun. And it is what it is. But you can apply that to like anything, right? You always want to weigh out your odds and like decide what's worth being upset about. Like, is that worth being upset about? No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, and again, super huge step in the right direction. I know that throughout this podcast, obviously the viewers, the listeners, our friends or family, they're gonna kind of tune into this and see kind of our path in life, like where we're going.
Yeah.
Like all of this kind of, like you said, stepping stones.
Yeah.
You're
I also don't want people to like think that these parties are like bad parties, like you know what I mean, like a dirty.
There's always like that initial traction that needs to be generated. You know what I'm saying? Like when you were bringing this idea up to me, I was like, this is going to take you to a certain degree where the second party you'll see a lot more progress in the first, right?
Well, yeah, because this is not like a bush party. This is like an official, like we have all of our licensing. It's like a real event. And I just don't want people to like look at it and be like, oh, that's just like
just another party.
Exactly.
Like they're trying to make us pay and stuff. And I know some people in high school also did throw some parties, and they did make people pay for them. But at the end of the day, that wasn't like, again, like an organized official event. It was just somebody out in the boonies doing their thing.
Exactly. Like the next one is going to be, I'll just say right now, it's going to be a masquerade party.
Okay.
So we want everyone to dress up formally. We're hopefully going to have like a 5-course meal. We're going to have waiters, waitresses walking around, bartenders. We're going to have live performances. We're going to be in a ballroom. I just want everyone just to pull up and just, feel themselves, have some fun.
Yeah, like that, again, that in the spirit of organized events, having fun at parties, all of that, that's the step in the right direction.
Well, like, the really funny thing is like, going back to weighing your odds out, people spend, $40, $60, $100 a night when they go out to go drinking with their friends. So, like, $25 for an organized event that took us months to plan and an entire day,
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean?
I guess in that regard, like, how do you feel about maybe some people kind of disagreeing with the things that you're doing?
I mean, to each their own. I think it's a lack of understanding. I think it's a lack of like, not education, but they just don't understand like what I'm doing, right? Because there's people that ask you questions and try to understand, and then there's people that just take misleading information and just diss you and just don't even like try to like hear you out, right? There's people that don't even try to like hear your point of view, hear what you're trying to do. The people that ask you questions and that try to like understand deeper, those are the people that this is going to appeal to, because then they're actually going to be like, okay, I see why I'm paying $25 to come now, because you guys are $3,000 in the fucking hole. And if we don't give you money to come to your event, then you guys are going to be screwed, and no one's going to come have fun either.
It's kind of in that perspective too. When you look at it that way, it's definitely a business that you're trying to do, right? That's
exactly what it is. That's why I said young entrepreneurs, because this is like the beginning of a long history of everything.
Yeah,
like
and as
business.
I was saying, like, as people follow us through our journey in this podcast, maybe one day we're gonna get to, and we are. I shouldn't say maybe one day. We are gonna get to episode like 100, and we're gonna be at totally different places in our lives, but it'll still boil down to we came from here, sitting in this, a dining room space, kind of.
Yeah, to an actual studio.
To an actual place where we have like a proper setup. And not that this isn't proper.
How many years is that?
How many years is what?
It's almost 2 years down the road.
2 years down the road?
100 episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 years. It's just over 2 years. That's amazing.
And it's definitely, I will see that through. You will see that through.
What I really do believe, and this is for everyone listening, what it boils down to is the people that are going to be successful and the people that are not going to be successful.
Yeah.
Because I could take this event, and I could look at all the bad. I could say like, oh, well, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. The right amount of people didn't come. The food truck didn't happen. I'm not going to try anymore. I'm giving up. I'm not even going to try to do another party. It's just not even worth my time. But I see so much, potential in this event, in this plan. And I'm not going to stop until I see what I see,
Where it boils down to, I feel, is when people are trying to try new things.
Exactly.
They have a fear of success. And what I mean by that, the fear of success, you're going to try something out initially.
Not the fear of failure, the fear of
The
success.
fear of
Yeah.
success.
Yeah. 100%.
They're going to try something initially. And I'm sure everyone has heard this before. Like, you have to try something one time and then keep going with it.
Mm-hmm.
But people are scared of going through with things, you know?
It is scary because like there's money to be lost. There's people to be they're making fun of you. There's remarks like it's a hard road to go down.
It's a huge gamble, but people shouldn't be scared. And the reason why I call it the fear of success and not the fear of failure is because people are afraid of their idea succeeding for whatever reason. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
No,
It kind of sounds a little jank.
Well, no, I completely understand.
But
the fear of success.
yeah.
Like, continue.
No, like a lot of people take an idea, right? And they'll try it one time and say that's it, like you were saying.
Yeah.
You know, for example, what you're doing is a huge gamble.
It is.
No matter the way you look at it, and I said this in the last
dude,
episode as well.
we could spend $5,000 and no one could show up.
That's what I said the last one as well. Like, to take risks is to take a lot of gambles doing things. In your case, it worked out. It didn't go as planned, didn't go the way you wanted it to 100% through and through.
Listen to this one.
But still,
you can't win the lottery unless you buy a lottery ticket.
There you go. Analogies. That's what we do here.
You can't. There's no shot. You can't win unless you jump. Mm-hmm. There's literally no shot.
You have to take that initial leap. So picture the cliff is where you're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say the ocean is where you're diving into. The fear of success is the fear of making that jump. Even though you know if you put your hard work, your dedication, your effort, your consistency into whatever you're doing, and this is another callback to even episode 1, you will go so far as opposed to just doing something, doing it once and going, that's it.
Well, dude, it's scary.
Yeah.
You need to believe in yourself when no one else does.
Yeah, you really can't expect something to happen like that, you know, unless you are ridiculously lucky. Like, even then, that's an unrealistic scenario.
It's not going to happen.
It's you have to go through several amounts of trial and error till something works out.
To be completely raw and unfiltered, you need to go through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of dark days. This wasn't even that bad of an outcome. Mm-hmm. Like, we had a good outcome. It could have been a lot
could have been
worse.
Way worse.
And
I know, again, there was some fears with that too, right? Because you're
we almost canceled the party because we were like, dude, like we don't have any prepaid anything. Like, we have no money right now to pay for anything.
And I remember sitting down and talking with you and going, yo, listen, you just have to do it.
You just got to drive through it.
You just have to make that initial leap.
The first step was really important.
That jump.
This first party was super important. Mm-hmm. It was.
And again, I definitely believe it'll take you far.
Oh, yeah.
I unfortunately, I was working. I wasn't able to be there, but from a lot of people that were at the event, I heard that everybody had fun. I heard that it was a good time. I heard that people sometimes didn't expect it to be what it was, but despite even that, they still had a good time. They showed up.
Well, it was super outside like the norm, like a day party first of all. So day drinking, day events. You have to pay to get in. There was live music, like a DJ. We were also like 15 minutes outside of Red Deer, so that's a little bit of a drive for some people. So like there was a lot of like obstacles that we had to overcome, and things that people, just didn't want to like go through with, right? So like we struggled to get a large group of people because of that.
At the same time, though, there are still people who did show up, and
yes,
I think
exactly.
that,
like I said before, I appreciate you guys so much.
For real, like even on his behalf, like you guys going crazy with that, like it really shows the power of your mindset and what you can do if you put your mind to it, right? And building that initial brand too, because a lot of people, like we were saying, mistake this for like a high school kind of thing, like what people are used to, right? Straight out of high school parties and stuff.
We're trying to separate from that idea.
This is more akin to like to like, let's say, the big parties in the States and stuff like that, you know? Like
Exactly.
I feel like that's where you want to go.
It's exactly where I
I
want to
feel
go.
like
I want to go
yeah.
to like I know lots of people that go to Edmonton and Calgary to go party. And you need to pay to get into lots of those clubs, into lots of those parties. So like it's the exact same thing. Like we're just
Yeah.
trying to deliver a product that you guys will enjoy, and I know you guys will
Mhm.
enjoy it. I'm friends with almost all of you, and I know you guys are gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
So like just jump on with us. Come, live. Come have some fun. Come
And
experience.
the more success that the idea sees as well, the bigger it will become.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying, like, first starting off, building your own brand is super difficult, and then people are super unsure about what the things that you're doing are.
Yeah.
But as you start building upon that, you keep, you have to show up for yourself. You keep showing up for yourself.
Like I
You
said,
keep planning these parties. You keep planning these events. Stepping stone, stepping stone, stepping stone. Eventually, you're gonna be on top of a mountain. You know what I'm saying?
that's exactly what I said. Like you need to believe in yourself when no one else does. I'm lucky
Mhm.
enough to have a large support group.
Yeah.
Very, very, very like extremely lucky to have this group of people that are like all going down the same road and doing the same stuff. But there's still the people that are hating on it. You know, there's still the people that don't like the different direction that I'm taking. There's still the people that just don't agree. They're uncomfortable because I'm doing things outside of the norm. There's
Mhm.
always going to be those people.
Mhm.
And those people are not going to agree with this or like this until we're at the top.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
going to turn their shoulder any other way until they're like, okay, yeah, he actually succeeded. I didn't believe in him.
I saw, and I even saw that kind of quote on your story, kind of thing. It
Oh, yeah.
said, "Your haters will be the ones that broadcast your failures
And whisper
and
your
whisper your
success.
successes." I don't know
Oh, yeah.
who said that. Credit to y'all. Don't copyright me, but
Yeah.
that's what it boils down to.
Oh, it
right?
does, dude. Like those people will they feed off of the negativity. They want to see you fail.
Mhm.
They do. They don't want to see you succeed. Why would they want to see you succeed? It's such a twisted mindset because they see someone doing something that they don't have the balls to do,
Yeah.
right? Because they're scared. But then they hate on you. They don't try to support.
Those are the people again that fear success.
Exactly. Yeah. You do not want
They
to be
fear it.
like. I understand if you're that person and if you're in that position because it's really easy to
And
just sit back and
It's super
sit
hard.
down into those
Yeah.
shoes because it is uncomfortable.
It's hard. It's hard to be different. It's hard to be different.
It is, dude. Being the black sheep is you need to have the you need to have a certain mentality that you don't
Yeah.
care what anyone
That's
thinks.
exactly. So many people will sit down, look at their lives, and be content with it. You know, I know you and I aren't those type of people.
You can never be
We
comfortable.
have kind of that lion mentality, and we're gonna talk about that super in depth in another episode because that's like kind of a big thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
But we have that lion mentality where we're never satisfied. We're always hungry. We want more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people sit down and they go, I'm okay with this. I want to be part of what society has set for so many years.
Well, dude, like this is also another topic, the school system, but it literally like it's just creating fucking just workers.
Yeah.
It's just a huge
Like
factory worker.
Nobody wants
A bunch of NPCs, a bunch of stock motherfuckers.
Nobody wants to go out and do the things that people are scared to
Be
do.
different.
The people
Just be different.
People are kind of, it's kind of that same thing where in school maybe you're cracking a joke and nobody laughs in the class, you know? It's kind of that same idea. Think about it. You're sitting there and you try to deliver but nobody's having it. So you just shut yourself down.
Wrong crowd.
You cannot shut yourself down. Wrong crowd.
You're in
Go
the wrong
find a
room.
different crowd. You're in the wrong room.
You're in the wrong
room.
That is huge when it
Mhm.
comes to who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Because if you believe in something, don't change yourself to fit the room you're in. Change the room to fit yourself. I just want to ponder on that for a second because this is such
Go ahead.
a deep topic. Because there's people that will change themselves to adapt to the area or the setting that they're in,
No.
which is not what you need to do. You need
Nah,
to change your setting to adapt to you. because you are who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't change yourself.
You can't change it. You
You
have to
can't.
stay true to yourself.
Yes,
Always stay
because
true to
because
yourself.
like I truly believe in the attraction
Mm.
of like the law of attraction. You will attract what you put out. So
you,
if you
will,
change
you
yourself,
will find those people. You will find that room. You will find that group.
yes,
You'll
because
find your success, whatever your success is defined
but this
by.
is the issue though, because if you change yourself,
Mm.
you're gonna be attracting things that are not true to yourself.
Exactly.
Right? So if you stay true to yourself, no matter who's hating on you, no matter what setting you're in, stay true to yourself, and eventually you will attract what is rightfully yours and what you
Mhm.
deserve, and the people that you need in your life.
Yeah, and at the end, like when you and I are gonna be way older, I'm talking about like old. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna look back and we're gonna go, damn, we're happy with our lives. We're happy with the way we did everything. We're happy that we tried making that podcast. We're happy that we tried doing these parties. I'm happy that I tried streaming. All of that.
And since life is not promised ever,
Mm-hmm.
if anything was to ever happen to either of us, never stop going through
For real.
with what you love and what you want to
For
do.
real.
Because it comes down to finding something that you love, and then finding a way to make the world a better place
for
through
real.
it. Like that is exactly what this is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Mhm.
we're here.
Like it's just such a big thing, man. Like you just cannot set yourself back. You cannot be scared.
No.
You have to do the things that make you happy so you're capable of looking back and going, I'm satisfied with my life.
So
you know
happy.
what I'm saying?
So happy.
You have to take those initial steps
I agree.
for sure. And to then I guess that puts us like what differentiates success and failure. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd say that failure is when you sit down and you admit it to yourself. You convince yourself that you've been defeated. It's kind of like that saying where people.
But you can't have success without failure.
You can't.
It's when people get comfortable in the
Mhm.
failure, right? It's like here's a perfect analogy. When your room starts to get a little bit messy,
Yeah.
and day by day you're like, oh, I'll clean it tomorrow, and eventually you get comfortable
Mm-hmm.
in its filth, in the dirtiness. And I know everyone. Well, I don't know about everyone, but some
I
people,
hope not
like
everyone.
you throw hoodies on the ground, you throw clothes on the ground, and eventually it's just a disaster. And
Yeah.
but you just get comfortable in that space. I had someone tell me this the other day that they did that. But like you can't get comfortable in failure. You need
Mhm.
to go back to the chalkboard, go back to the whiteboard, and reevaluate why you failed.
Go back to the drawing board.
Why did you fail? That's the question. What caused you
You have
to not succeed, and then fix it, tweak it every day. I want you to fail. Failure is so important. That's why I hate school. The school system teaches you not to fail. It teaches you need to pass. But failure is so important.
Mhm.
You learn through getting down on your fucking knees and failing and being in dark times and
Yeah.
crying and not doing well. That's what teaches you the life
Yeah.
lessons.
And we'll talk about that too. The
Dude,
school system.
100%.
That's gonna be a huge episode.
That episode is gonna be amazing.
That's gonna be crazy. But
Episode 4.
Yo, already calling it out. Those failures, you have to be able to take your failures and turn them into lessons.
Exactly.
You have to learn from them.
It's not a loss. It's a lesson.
Mhm.
Always.
But when you've truly failed, when you've hit, and I wouldn't say there's a point of no return because you can always bounce back from something.
Yeah.
But when you've truly accepted your defeat and accepted your failure, when you fall and you don't get back up, that's when you're
It's
done.
rock bottom.
That's when you're done. But you can always climb back up.
Oh yeah.
You're never permanently set back. Everything is temporary and everything is fleeting. Nothing is guaranteed, but nothing is forever either.
I love that
You get
saying,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
Pain is temporary. It may last a
Mhm.
minute. It may last a day. It may last a
Mhm.
week. It may last a month. It may last a year.
Yeah.
But something will eventually take its place.
Yeah.
Like what?
100%.
Like whenever I feel sad or down or I hurt myself and there's something bugging me, I always just tell myself, put your mind 3 months in advance.
Mhm.
Put your mindset somewhere where you're not in this current
Yeah, you got to
state of of negativity.
You gotta be a phoenix, bro. You gotta rise out of the ashes. You know Ho-Oh from Pokemon,
course.
man. You gotta rise from the ashes, bro. You gotta show your true colors.
Someone
man.
kills him, and he comes back
And
from
he
the
comes
discard
back,
pile.
bro. He comes back from the discard
It's
pile,
ridiculous.
bro.
That card's OP.
You just have to set yourself up for success. And like you were saying, there isn't really success without failure.
Exactly.
You have to go through one to get to the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a large path, but it's always doable. Never take it for granted. Never sit down and go, I can't do this, because you can. That's why Nike says just do it.
Dude, Nike's just do it is so underrated. Like, so many
For
people just
real.
look at it and just say, "Oh, just do it."
It's just a
But
load.
it's like, it's so true. Like, I know there's people that have ideas
Mhm.
and they're scared to do it, but dude, just fucking do it.
And I think
just
we've
do it.
I think this is like the second or third time we say this in a podcast, but it's so true, man. The
Just
the
do
just do
it.
it logo, man. That's mud.
Like, it's
That's
the
mud.
craziest marketing. It's so simple, but it holds so much.
Mhm.
Like, it's just like such a powerful.
It's always gonna be the corniest things, man, that people again take for granted. They just sit there and they're like, oh, whatever. It's that, or I've heard this since I was a kid. This is cringe. This is that. But those are the things you have to pay attention to, man.
Yeah, it is.
For real.
It is.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I think we're good there.
That was
That
another one.
Another banger.
Another one.
Another banger.
Thank you guys so much for coming, tuning
Again,
in. I
yeah.
really, really appreciate it. To everyone that got to this point in the podcast, I love you all. You guys are why we do this.
For real.
We just want to talk to you guys. We want to,
For
like,
real.
we want you guys to take something out of this. So thank you so much. Like, I love you guys all. Thank you so much.
I love seeing everybody kind of reaching out to me and going, I had some people the other day reach out to me even on Instagram, and I was like, I don't even know these people. But thank you so much for
We want to get to know you.
all those comments. We want to get to know you, man. And I'm so happy that I've heard this start to motivate people even. I'm like, damn.
Episode 3, we already have La Familia.
La
together.
Familia.
La
They're
Familia.
there.
My apologies.
It's all good.
La Familia.
And we're also working on the nuances and stuff like that. So the consistency of episodes. We've heard that feedback before, that we kind of delve into too many different things at once. I know that was really the case with episode 2. If you watched it, though, thank you for watching it.
Yeah.
It was still a good episode, but we kind of branched out in several different directions.
I think that episode was, like, it was a stepping stone for future topics.
For real.
Future episodes.
I feel like the last 2 episodes are kind of just like the build up to what this episode will be and the future ones will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because we're new to this, obviously, and are learning along the way. But it's still a good thing to do, is to look back on those kind of things. So moving forward, we are gonna kind of keep the same style loosely, but we're definitely going to make it more digestible, because I don't know about you, but talking about billions of different things is a little bit confusing at the end of the episode. Then you're kind of like, so I learned a lot, but what exactly did I learn? You know what I'm saying?
It makes people, like, go back and, like, think about it.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit loose.
Yeah.
So, like, this episode was very, to the point.
I feel this one was grounded.
This was a good one.
For sure.
Thank you guys so much. Take it easy.
And that's that. Unfiltered. Damn.
Oh, dude, the phone.
No.
Yeah.
You're messing with me.
Yeah.